What is the three bucket system and how does it help me avoid the impact of retiring into a down market? What we call the three bucket system exists to solve one problem, which is the danger of being forced to sell your investments at the worst possible time. In retirement, real risk isn't a market crash. It's a crash in those first few years of retirement. Most people picture the danger in retirement as the market goes down, but the market has always gone up and down, and that alone doesn't have to hurt you. The real danger has a specific shape. It's a bad market in the first few years of retirement, at the exact moment that you start drawing income. That's a different beast, and it has a name. It's called sequence of returns risk. This is why retirement timing matters so much. While you're working and contributing, a downturn can actually help you. You're buying at lower prices, you're going to be able to wait for that rebound. But once you retire and start withdrawing, a downturn forces you to sell investments while they're down to cover your expenses. You lock in those losses. And even when the market later recovers, your portfolio may never fully recover because the shares you sold at low prices are no longer there to rebound. The way through isn't predicting the next crash. No one can do that reliably. It's going to be structuring your money so that a downturn doesn't force you to sell at the worst possible time. Most plans hold one big blended pot that you draw from no matter what the market's doing. We at Nova Wealth do it differently. We divide your money into three buckets based on when you're going to actually need it. Bucket one is your retirement paycheck. It's safe, stable money for roughly your first 7 years of expenses. So a market drop really never threatens your near-term income. Bucket two is the medium-term bucket that's going to refill bucket one over time. And bucket three is your long-term growth bucket, left alone to compound through market cycles and aim to outpace inflation. Each dollar has a job tied to a time horizon, which means your near-term income stays steady, while your long-term money gets the time it needs to grow. That's the lens behind everything that we do. The three-bucket system was created to defend the early years where the retirement plan damage is done. We're going to start by understanding the risk you're actually managing. The thing to defend against isn't market volatility itself. It's being forced to sell depressed assets to fund your income early in retirement. Naming the real risk precisely is what points you towards the real fix, because the answer to I might have to sell low is structural. It's not a matter of picking better investments. So we separate near-term income from long-term growth. The money that you're going to spend the next few years shouldn't be seen in something that can drop 30% right when you need it. And the money meant to grow for decades shouldn't be held back by the caution that near-term money requires. Splitting the two by when you're going to need them is the foundation for everything else that's going to rest on. We protect the first stretch of retirement with stable, conservative assets. Funding those opening years with steady income, focused holdings means a bad market early can't derail everything that follows. Those first years are the most fragile period of the entire retirement, so insulating them is where the protection has to start. We give your growth assets time to ride out cycles. Long-term money needs room to recover from downturns and to compound, which it can only do if it's never sold into during a dip to cover maybe this month's bills. Protecting from forced selling is what lets it do its job over the decades it was meant for. We help you avoid relying on timing. A structure that holds up in any market beats a guess about the next one because the guess will eventually be wrong and the structure won't have to be right. That is the shift from prediction to design.